body. Our ear canals have two. The first one is between the first and second bend of our ear canal. So our ear canals are not straight tubular structures. They are a sigmoid shape, like an S, a snake, and an S bend configuration, more on the outer third of the ear canal. So the first bend is about 0.5 centimetre. You can see that to the left there, and then to the right is the second bend. So it's like a meander within the entrance of the ear canal. And in between the first and second bend, that's probably another narrow region within the ear canal. So that's isthmus number 1, and the isthmus number 2 is deeper in the ear. And the reason why we have an S-bend shaped ear canal is it's believed to be an evolutionary advantage. So it prevents foreign bodies that may enter the ear making direct contact with the eardrum. So it's almost like a shield, a protective barrier, preventing objects from making direct contact with the eardrum if they do manage to somehow enter the ear. In order for the object to enter the ear, when you've got a twist and a bend, it'll have to navigate both walls, both bends, which is, of course, going to be quite tricky. So I'm really just pulling away at that. These hairs are actually from the outside of the patient's ear. The patient did tie their hair back, but a couple just got trapped. So they all come out with the suction probe, as you can see there. So that's patient 2. That's patient 1 complete, and this is patient 2. Now this patient has got underlying, you'll see it in a moment. Again, it's really deep. So both cases, they had in this case, the wax had been pushed in. You may have seen the indentation in the wax. Whereas patient 1, it's more of a natural phenomenon. With this particular patient, it's more self-inflicted, I believe. And it's more earwax and dead skin. You can see the difference in texture. The wax plug is more denser. Came away pretty straightforwardly. There's a bit of skin around the edge that I'm going to remove. Now you can see either side of the eardrum. The patient has got scar tissue. We call that tympanosclerosis. It's a calcification of the middle membrane of the eardrum. So I made reference to the eardrum having 3 membranes earlier. The outermost membrane facing us, the lateral membrane, is made up of the same skin that lines the ear canal, the outermost layer of skin, should I say, the epidermis. The inner membrane of the eardrum is the skin that lines the middle ear cavity. It's a mucosal skin. So the mucosal skin, an example of that, although it's not quite the same in the middle ear, but it's a good example, is the skin that lines our nose. So it's more secretory, it's more moist. And then you've got the middle layer, which is a bit of a fibrous tissue. And this patient had a grommet fitted. A grommet is a ventilation tube designed to allow air to enter through the eardrum into the middle ear. If air can't enter via the normal route, which is the eustachian tube, a narrow tube that connects the middle ear behind the nose to the back of the eardrum. And a grommet eventually falls out, and quite often, not always, but when the grommet kind of removes itself and migrates, we get scar tissue on the front and back of the eardrum. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Take care.